get you.
All right, I guess. I don't know whose clap we're going with, but we'll pick one and run with it. Oh, yeah.
That one, yeah. For sure. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Welcome,
Lord.
everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? I guess the doggos are hanging out with us this episode. Like all up in your business this episode. They're like, yo, it's the anniversary episode, so we're all hanging out together. It is the anniversary
episode. It's also the first episode.
First episode, anniversary episode. Yep,
yeah.
We out here.
First video episode. How are we doing, guys?
Yo. What's up, everybody? Here. Welcome to the Stiff Peaks podcast, everybody. The social apothecary. I am the bro kid with a dream, Devin Vox, and this is my lovely co-host.
And I am the head witch in charge, Crimson Wicks. Glad you could join us.
Today we got some videos and a Reddit segment for you guys. So yeah, you ready to get into it? That first vid?
I'm ready for the first vid.
First vid. All right.
Hera is also ready.
The first vid.
No. Oh no.
Straight to some goodness.
All right, we're back. We're back. Okay, escúchame bien. Uno.
First off, let me just pause this real quick. This is torture already. Okay, already. Because I want to do this so bad, but like the look on his face.
It looks like he has not been doing his Duolingo.
He has been caught off guard.
It looks like he has not been doing his lessons. And that he is about to be, he's about to have some problems.
Yeah.
Problemos.
Yeah.
Oh, good job.
¿Qué estás cocinando?
Cocinando.
Oh.
Huevos.
He was terrified. Oh my God. Huevos.
He had no idea what he was cooking.
What?
¿Quién es el presidente de los Estados Unidos?
You got this, dude. I believe in you.
Joe Biden.
Why did he pull up the accent with it?
¿Cómo se siente afuera?
He practicing.
¿Cómo se siente afuera? 3, 2.
Oh, that's close. That was close. Afuera and basura, that's close.
Yeah.
Yo, West. I'm glad I got it wrong anyway. This is what I wanted.
Definitely me. Absolutely.
It's hot out here. I definitely planned this the entire time.
So I have been messing up on the Duolingo. I got to jump back into that.
You definitely do.
You're
doing really well. I'm very proud of you.
I appreciate that. We've been hella distracted by everything else. And I've just been like, how do I?
Sometimes there's something that's got to go, and it's usually your fun stuff, which I feel like sucks, but like it's just kind of the nature of being an adult.
Yeah, it is.
Navigating.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? For this episode, on top of the Reddit segment, on top of the reaction videos, I thought it'd be a pretty good idea to kind of just like, I don't want to say narrow out or include, but that's kind of what's gonna happen.
We're going to preview.
Yeah. We're just gonna throw out some feelers, and this is the first time you guys are listening to us. First time you guys are, first time we're hanging out with you guys. So we're just gonna basically Oh, you needed your notes? Yeah. Okay, you prepped for this?
I preps. I be hardcore prepsing.
Hardcore prepsing?
If you be hardcore prepsing, you might like this podcast.
Oh my God. So what we're going to be doing is basically saying, a bunch of categories and random shit if you like this podcast or if you don't like this podcast. Like, for example, if you got one dog, you might like this podcast. If you got 2 dogs, you might like this podcast. If
you have more dogs,
3 dogs.
Yeah, if you have more dogs than hands to pet them with.
Yeah, you might like this podcast.
You gonna fucks with this podcast.
Yeah. If you are in an interracial relationship, and no matter what type, we accept it of all types.
Are you black?
Yeah.
This whole time?
Chocolate
rain? When were you gonna tell me?
When
now?
Yeah, basically now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I thought this was a good idea right in front of you guys to just let her know I was black, so.
I'm I am perplexed.
She's about as shocked as a porn star right now. Anyway,
I'm about as shocked as a stepsister caught in a dryer right
oh my god. And for somebody that doesn't even really watch porn, nice.
Really don't.
You know what's out here? These niggas nasty.
That's
anyway.
a trope of tropes, though.
Oh,
so
for real.
everybody knows that trope.
For real. If you watch porn, you might like this podcast. If you love the acting in porn, you might like this podcast.
If you picked the chocolate vanilla swirl option at Ponderosa as a kid,
Yeah.
you might like this podcast.
If you eat your emotions, you might like this podcast.
That's you right.
I'll be eating.
We
them
did
bitches.
have comfort cereal a minute ago.
That was your comfort cereal. That was like in between lunch and dinner snack for me.
Okay.
Like hypoglycemia people, we
If you have hypoglycemia, you're gonna like this podcast.
it's hard.
Also, eat a snack. So you're gonna like this
It's
podcast.
so hard out here because I'm just now realizing at 30 that like snacks all the time. Doesn't matter what occasion, what situation, snacks
We were
24/7.
talking about getting a infinity tattoo, but instead of love, it was gonna be snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you prefer the beach over the mountains, you might like this podcast. If you prefer the mountains over the beach, you might like this podcast. Us in particular, we like the mountains over the beach.
We do like the mountains over the
Yeah,
beach.
I mean, we'll take both.
We like mountains.
Yeah, we like the mountains.
So why is that? I mean, like
we high right now, and I don't even
we-
mean with the weed.
we's elevated.
Yeah,
Elevation.
yeah, about a mile in the sky.
I got-
Probably a little bit more because Castle Rock.
I can't imagine what the influence behind the podcast name is. Have we told you what the podcast name is? Welcome to the Stiff Peaks podcast.
Yeah, we said it at the beginning. I said it real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stiff Peaks podcast, the social apothecary,
Yeah.
presented from the mountains.
The mountains of Colorado.
Yeah. If you have not had a desk pop since 08, you might like this podcast.
September 08.
September 08,
September 08.
you might like this
Apartment
podcast.
pop. No. I swear it took me 3 times to watch that movie before I watched the entire movie because I was laughing so hard at the previous joke that I mixed the neck. If you have dyslexia, you might like this podcast.
Yep.
I was laughing so hard at the first joke that I missed the next joke, so I had to watch that movie 3 times to get all the jokes. And I honestly, I've seen that movie dozens of times, not dozens, but like enough times now, and I'm not sure I've heard every joke
That's true.
because of the incessant laughter.
That's real shit. You get back here and fuck my wife. You get back here and make love to my wife.
Jesus, 20 miles? Yeah, go inside, Alan. Good night, Sheila.
We are gonna have sex in your car again.
It
It will happen.
You dirty Mike in the boy.
Completely off topic.
Yeah.
But if you like Silent Library, you might like this podcast. Just because hidden with the randoms.
If you know what Silent Library is, you might like this podcast.
If you old enough to have watched Silent Library, you might
You're
like
one,
this podcast.
take some Advil and stretch before you go to bed.
Yeah. Because you old.
2, you might like this podcast.
Yep. Real shit.
If you like our faces, you might like this podcast.
Yeah. If you go out into public with your significant other, you get stared at. You might like this podcast.
That is also true.
Yeah. If you're in school right now, you might like this podcast.
Yeah.
If you went through the great change, which is you used to eat artificial and processed foods, and now you try to eat as healthy as possible, like me, you might like this podcast. It was rough out here before that, so I had to make that switch, y'all.
Your skin is glowing, though.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Glowing skin.
We working on it.
Yeah, the Clinique is doing wonders. You're welcome.
Is it the Clinique or is it the wiping my ass the correct way? What do you think?
Yes.
Do you think that has an effect on my
I
face?
think wiping your ass the correct way definitely has an effect on your face skin as well. It's all connected.
If you did not know how to wipe your ass and then you learned how to wipe your ass the correct way in order to have better hygiene, you might like this podcast.
It sounds so bad. It sounds so bad when you say it like that. Just blast your entire self out to the internet.
That's the whole point.
Oh,
Why did my
Lord.
voice crack so much?
So much. If you blast you've got hair concern. If you blast yourself out to the internet, you might like this podcast.
Yep. If you are in any way, shape, or form a creator, you might like this podcast.
Yes.
Because the government profiting off your ass.
Profiting.
It's just annoying.
Speaking of creative, if you bought a packet of faked septum rings for yourself and then they looked better on your fiance, you might like this podcast. Also, I feel your pain. I feel like I'm probably the only person. I don't know, maybe not, but like,
if you
bought fake septum rings and they look better on your significant other, go ahead and comment below so I don't feel so alone. I was so disappointed. It was like a pack of 20, and the ones I was most excited about, A, didn't fit my child-sized nose, and B, looked better on you anyway.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
It's hard out here.
Yeah. I had a good one just now, but I totally forgot. If you smoke too much weed and you forget what you be trying to say mid-sentence, you might like this podcast.
Mid-sentence.
If you're in school right now, you might like this podcast.
You already said that.
Did I?
And just proved your point right after the weed one, too. Damn, that was not staged. That was in the wild weed brain. That was poignant.
Yeah, we gonna hop right into the second video.
Let's
after
do
that.
that.
Let's
do that. Let's take a break. Okay.
This ain't gonna be no break, by the way. This is not a break. This is a downright attack on you, just so you know.
On me?
Yes.
Acting like my wife.
Acting like my wife when she's hungry.
I don't want to watch this.
Sweetheart. So I'm getting pretty hungry. And we have no food in the house. So,
No food.
We can go to the grocery store first, but if we shop hungry, we're going to spend way too much money. And I think it's better
Valid.
if we go get food, and then we'll hit the grocery store on the way home.
See?
And we'll spend less money, and that's a net positive.
That's my idea. That is me, though.
Yeah, just give me a few minutes.
Yep, that's you right there.
A few minutes, okay.
Looking at your watch.
Okay.
Timing when you about to.
Oh my
Look, you
god.
see that look? Oh,
Your concept.
look at that. That's you too.
That is 100%.
That's 100% you.
I'm a completely different person. So, do whatever you want with that information. I'll be ready at the door whenever you're ready. Hey, so what did you want to get to eat? I was thinking Wild Grill, but like, what were you feeling?
Maybe
It's the clip.
pizza.
It's.
Okay, those sound good. I was feeling Wild Grill.
What do you want?
Look at this. Yo ass.
Yes.
Yo ass right there too. Yo ass.
The wiggle.
You know, let's just do the grocery shopping tomorrow. We don't need to worry about it.
Oh damn.
Drive safe, okay? I'm gonna take a quick nap.
100% all of the things. You feel attacked right now?
I feel so attacked.
Yeah.
Also, I always want to go get food before we go grocery shopping
That's
because
true.
I hate to shop hungry.
That's true.
But you
That's
be
fair.
like, no, baby, we gotta save money. That's the only thing you be like.
Is that how I be saying it?
Ugh.
That's exactly how I be saying it. Oh my god. Anyway, if you are at the sake of your significant other's hangriness, you might like this podcast.
If you devolve into a 2-year-old after about 20 minutes of being hungry, you're definitely gonna like this podcast. But like, listen, it's hard out here, okay? My hunger signals suck. My hunger signals don't start until I am starving and my blood sugar is crashing and I become a rage monster.
Turn it off. Turn it off. You're not hungry right now. I've been feeding you all day. Turn it off.
You have been feeding
You
me
put
all day.
oh my god, you put the raptor claws out and everything. I'm uncomfortable.
Clever girl.
Mm-hmm.
If you love Jurassic Park, you're gonna like this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have a neon colored vehicle, it doesn't matter what color it is, you might like this podcast.
Especially if it's bright orange.
Especially if it's bright orange.
If you used to hate on Jeeps and now you own 2 of them, you might like this podcast. Where are you looking? That's a wall. Nobody's over there.
Ooh, well, I was just admiring your decor.
My decor.
Did I even say that right?
Decor?
Your decor. Why did I say? Oh my god! Why do I put the emphasis wrong? If you have ADD and it forces you to either say the wrong word or not even have the word or put emphasis on the wrong part of
okay.
a word, you might like this podcast.
I have the word. I just can't spell the word.
That's
You, on the other, if you are a walking dictionary and you hear, honey, how do you spell blank 20 times a day because your significant other cannot spell, you might like this podcast.
if you never want to spell and be in elementary school, but you swear to God you can spell, you might like this podcast.
I don't understand your spelling abilities. Like, you don't even need context of the word or, like, in a sentence. Like, I will literally say, baby, how do you spell any word? And words I use for my job.
Yeah.
And you can still spell them. And my, like, jargon is very specialized in some occasions. And it's very impressive.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. It's just about one of the few times where I sound smart or feel smart.
You're very smart.
If you struggle with self-confidence in any way, shape, or form, you might like this podcast.
So millennials.
If you got anxiety, you might like this podcast.
So Gen Z.
Depression, you might like this podcast.
So Gen X.
Damn! Damn!
And scene. No, I'm sorry.
If you spontaneously bust out into a musical number in any way, shape, or form, doesn't matter what genre, you might like this podcast.
If you can recite all the lyrics to Hamilton, you're definitely going to like this podcast.
Yep. Oh man. Surprised we made it this long without
Hamilton being brought up. Yeah, I know, it's fine.
Is this when we bring up Harry Potter, or did we already do it?
So speaking of, if Prisoner of Azkaban isn't your favorite book, get going.
Prisoner of Azkaban's lame as fuck.
What?
Lame as fuck.
What?
The first movie was better. The one that gets ranked dead last by everybody.
The first movie? What's the title of the first movie?
Sorcerer's Stone.
Okay, I was about to say, don't just be saying the first.
I was about to mess it up.
You really
I
were.
was
I was trying to catch you out on the end.
Harry Potter, and you went to the hood for the first time.
Harry
So that's
Potter
what I was about to
do. To 38th Street.
Oh
Harry
God!
Potter to his trip to 30th and Post. Anybody from that's not from Indiana has no idea what I'm talking about. But like, insert the cross streets of like the known hood in your hometown.
Yeah, real shit. You ready for the last reaction video?
I think I am.
Yeah, you ready? You sure?
I'm ready.
All right. This one is a little bit more of a call out, but you ready now?
Oh no.
This one's aimed more at me.
Oh my God.
That's definitely you right there. That's definitely you. And here's me right here.
Oh.
What? You know what
I have secondhand anger for this poor woman.
Got her, bro. Bruh. And she trapped herself.
Here, listen. She's small though, so she's got a low center of gravity. So all she has to do is just toss those hips, and he's done. Also, if you say "fight me" for someone who has trouble opening heavy doors,
or opening peanut butter jars.
okay, listen. If your significant other double twists every jar for that extra, I can't freaking open this.
I waited on the podcast to tell you that I'd be tightening shit around the house. Purposefully.
No, I know you do. There's no way you don't.
No, like not just like randomly. I'd be waking up at like 2 or 3 in the morning.
No,
I'd be
I'm very
going around
aware.
the house.
Yeah.
Just tightening everything.
I'm very aware because I
Yeah.
can't open shit in this house.
Yeah.
And I am a
You need help
strong,
for everything. Trapped.
independent woman.
Yeah.
I've been opening my own jars for years.
Mm-hmm.
And since I moved in with you, I cannot open a single jar.
It's designed.
It's designed?
Yeah.
Is it purposeful?
Yeah, I infiltrated your life.
Oh my
I put a spell on you.
God.
And now you're mad. If you watch Hocus Pocus, you might like this podcast.
Oh, excuse
If you
me.
like Halloween Town, you might like this podcast. If you're excited for October in general, coming up, you might like this podcast.
If pumpkin Reese's are the best Reese's and you will hear no other opinion, you're definitely going to like this podcast.
This is normally why I would give another opinion, but I'm not going to because that's fact.
Listen, it's fine. It's facts. It's
It's
hardcore facts. Oh, if you're here and you're queer, you might like this podcast.
If you're here and you're queer, can you just like comment below, please?
Yeah.
Let us know
How you
you're
doing?
here because
Yeah, how you doing?
what's up?
What's up?
Let us know. We want to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we got a Reddit segment for you guys coming up, and I think that's gonna be the last thing for this episode. You ready to hop into that?
I think I am.
So for this Reddit segment, can I see you? Can you pull that up on there for me? For this
I got
Reddit
you. I
segment,
got all the notes.
this is
I'm
for
noted.
you noted.
I'm noted.
Okay. This is for the people that believe pineapple should go on pizza. This is for the people that believe pineapple shouldn't go on pizza. This is for the people
Okay.
that think you should just go ahead and go during a four-way stop and not just wave somebody on if
Oh.
you're the person that got there first.
Oh, okay.
Why
I
would
am
you
not. I am perplexed. I am intrigued.
for this Reddit segment, we're gonna ask Reddit on this one. We're gonna go through and find a couple of the best comments. And the theme is, what is the smallest, pettiest hill you'll still die on? It's about to be lit, right? Oh my God, it's about to be amazing. It's about to be amazing. Ours, just for conversational purposes, we have a running fight, okay? If you are a Phineas fan, you might like this podcast. But in particular, if you have not heard the song The 90s by Phineas.
On Optimist.
On Optimist, yeah. At the very end of the song, last 2 seconds, okay, we have a running argument.
No, it's not the last 2 seconds. It's the last
half second,
millisecond.
last millisecond, last millititty second. I don't care.
Millititty second?
It's tiniest little second.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like there is auto-tune in his voice, and he is using that on top of grouping up his vocals to hit a bunch of other notes. But I think he's also using some auto-tune in there. She thinks otherwise, and she's wrong.
I know for a fact, and I will go to my grave knowing this, regardless of what anybody wants to say, that the very last millisecond of the song, there's definitely auto-tune. And at the very last second, he drops it out, and it's just his voice for the emotional emphasis, and I will go to my grave. If you have fights about auto-tune, you're going to like this podcast.
Yeah. If you're a musical household in any way, shape, or form, you might like this podcast. All right, first one. Smallest, pettiest hill you'll still die on. Before placing a Ziploc bag in the refrigerator or freezer, squeeze the air out of the bag. I don't know why my wife doesn't, and one day I'll have to make a choice. Did you hear that? One day I'll have to make a choice.
That is petty.
That's
That
yo
is-
ass.
No, listen.
You be leaving chip bags,
Yeah.
cracker bags. It
Yeah.
don't matter what bag it is. If you open it
We
and
live
you
at
have it,
altitude. Nothing goes stale up here. To be fair, I did open a chip bag at our friend's house, and nobody saw me do it. And then our friend was like, what psychopath opened this bag? So, like,
let me tell y'all this, okay?
I had tiny hands.
No. How she opens bags is she'll have a bag here. Hold it here. Grab here, and tear. Who does that?
you can pour
How
it.
do you reseal that?
You don't.
Exactly. You don't.
But it's so you can
leave it
pour
open.
it.
You leave it open so that all the insects, all the air molecules, CERN, you know,
What is
they can
CERN
just
stand for?
infiltrate the Next one.
We'll get it.
Comment number 2. It's common courtesy to wait for someone to come off the elevator before entering.
Yeah, absolutely. Do not one, if I'm on an elevator, I'm already terrified for my life. If I'm on an elevator, I already want to be anywhere else in the goddamn universe right now. But like, if you come onto that elevator before I have a second to get off this death trap, get out of my way because you're getting knocked over.
Yep. This person actually commented, I was at a hotel a few weeks ago going down to the lobby trying to get out the elevator. A 7-person family all shoved their way past me. I could barely get out at the end because they were in the way and they were annoyed with me.
Oh,
we
my
fighting.
God, we
boxing.
boxing. We throwing.
We boxing.
Blows.
We getting
Boom,
insults.
boom.
We throwing insults all the way
We're
out
knocking
of that.
children out of the way.
Yep.
We've been in the herd at that point.
Don't matter
Family
how
of
big
7,
or small
got
they
too
are.
many already.
Yep. Exactly. Steal one. They won't see it.
Ugh.
They won't realize it happened anyway.
Oh my God.
Oh wow, this is a weird
The
one.
Stiff
I'm not
Peaks podcast does not condone kidnapping. I almost said child theft instead of kidnapping.
damn.
Child theft.
Just all the way politically correct. Just take all the air out of it. No way to comedically come back from it at all.
literally
Oh
no
my
way.
god.
There's no way. Child theft.
Okay. Anyway, when someone says also as well. Have you ever heard that? I've never heard that.
I've never
before.
heard that, and if I did hear that, there's.
If I did hear that?
If I did hear that with my own ear holes, there's no way I could control my face if somebody had said that to me IRL. Like, no way.
The next one has 10K upvotes.
Oh no.
It's the thing that I freaking mentioned at the beginning. Someone hears me. Don't wave me through the four-way stop to be nice. Just take your goddamn turn.
Oh my God.
Somebody got me out here, bro. Somebody knows.
To be fair, that has not happened to me once since we moved out here.
You wanna know why?
In the Midwest, all the time.
No. Do you want to know why
Why?
it hasn't happened to you out here?
Why?
Because you just don't even let them give you the opportunity. You vrooming. Yeah. You vrooming. It don't matter if you get to the stop sign third. You vrooming.
I got places to be. I never claimed to be a great driver.
Just a good. Oh my god! If you're a Christina P fan, you might like this podcast.
That's a good one.
If you're a
Yeah.
Top Segura fan, you might like this podcast. Your Mom's House, you might like this podcast. Just honestly, just like stand-up comedy in general. Like y'all are, it's personal out here. I love stand-up comedy. I'll be trying to cancel niggas. Anyway, all right, next one. Adding, wait, hold on. Sorry.
Oh God. Oh God.
Adding apostrophe S at the end of a word does not make it plural.
No, it does not.
This is so sad.
That is not.
Why is this almost you? I've seen it in ads. I've seen it on signs. I've even seen it on a flyer someone wrote advertising their services as a writer. People walk around like it's
Oh my
normal
God.
out in the street saying that they have 14 chickens like monsters. I will dial this hill over and over until my assembled corpses make it into a slightly bigger hill. This person is a Cancer.
That person has
Clearly Cancer
heavy
energy right here.
Cancer petty energy. Heavy petty energy. And I love it. I'm here for it.
Oh my god. All right, we'll do one more. Go ahead and call this a day.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, this was a good podcast. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We've had a really good time up until this point. We're going to go ahead and end it on when I have time off approved from work and something goes wrong.
Don't call me. Don't call me.
No, it is not my responsibility to log back on and take care of it. Boom.
I feel like that like remote work has definitely like upped that a little bit.
Oh,
You know
for
what I mean?
sure.
Or
for
like
sure.
the like expectation of that. I don't know.
Yeah,
But,
for
like,
sure.
No.
Yeah.
So for me, in closing, if you are just desperately searching for a single molecule of dopamine while navigating through an over-industrialized, capitalistic, dystopian empire at the end of its life, you might like this podcast because that's what we're doing too.
Yeah. If you are in a relationship with somebody and they make more than 2 times as much as you pull in right now, you might like this podcast.
Money isn't everything.
Money ain't everything, but it do buy happiness.
Okay, and on that, we will see you guys next week.
We'll catch you guys later.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Please like and subscribe so you can hang out with us and be notified every single time we drop episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and leave a comment if anything stood out in this episode that you liked. If we called you out one time, comment what it was. We called you out 2 or 3 times. Let us know what it
hang
is.
out to the,
But if we called you out like 5 times, please let us know.
Yeah.
Please let us know. Please like and subscribe because we want to hang out with you in particular.
Yeah. We also want to feel like not the weirdos in the world. So.
I do. I want to feel like a weirdo.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'm Shreking this bitch.
Okay.
Anyway, I think that's it, everybody. We got to go ahead and walk these dogs.
Bye.
Bye.